Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sci-FiVERSUS, Symphony of the Night. Sorry, Force of Habit. God damn, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. And finally able to get in here and do this. Although, you are going to be watching this on Blip. I'm going to put this little intro up here is going to be put on YouTube. The rest is going to be on Blip. And I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on why before we continue. The reason why this is going to be on Blip is, for the moment, I'm just going to be sort of testing the waters over on YouTube. If you followed LPs for a long time, you'll recall a while ago, LPers such as Over the Gun and several others were having tons and tons of trouble with Symphony of the Night footage being on YouTube. In fact, it got to the point where Over the Gun took his full playthrough of Symphony of the Night, not his first playthrough, his full playthrough, off of YouTube, and it was lost for quite a long time. It's now up. It's now up on a YouTube channel. On a new YouTube channel over there. Somebody who has playlisted all of Over the Gun's playlists, and I recommend you watch it because those videos are great. But yes, I know I'm not supposed to mention other LPers in a video, but I just want to kind of explain why I'm putting this here on Blip instead of YouTube. I'm just going to be testing the waters on YouTube for now. This doesn't mean I'm not going to still be uploading to YouTube. This just means I'm going to be uploading Symphony of the Night to Blip to avoid that headache. And if it turns out that that there's nothing to worry about, I'll post the videos on YouTube eventually. But for now, these videos are going to be posted on Blip. There's going to be a playlist window on the site. I will have links to both. I would recommend you go to the site to view it, as I worked very hard on the site, and also it's just a single playlist window, so whenever there's an update, you can just go there, select it, and go from there. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. So, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This doesn't really fit with the mandate with the mandate of ALK-VERSUS, which was to bring attention to games that could be forgotten gems, such as Armored Core 2, or especially the original Parasite Eve, which, again, I've been very thrilled to hear from people saying that they've gotten Parasite Eve because they've seen my videos. That is great. That's amazing. That's exactly what I set out to do. But Symphony of the Night really hasn't ever faded out of the public consciousness like those games have. It's been ported numerous times. This is the 360 version, as you can tell from the borders on the screen that I'm playing. And I'm playing this for ease of recording. I don't have to mess with an emulator to play this, as opposed to the disc. I can just log into Xbox Live and play this. And I do have to log into Xbox Live, so you're going to see people popping up in the corner of the screen. There's nothing I can, like that. And there's nothing I can do about that, because when you're not connected to Xbox Live, this game doesn't work. So there's nothing I can do about that. Again, I'm sorry. And I can't turn the notifications off, because you can't turn, when people are online off and leave achievements on. If I get an achievement, I'm not going to go hunting for achievements. But if I get an achievement, I want to know about it, so I can't turn that off either. Kind of sucks. So, apologies for doing this online with that popping up. I know it takes away from the experience, definitely for me. But this is still an amazing, amazing game, and that's one of the reasons why it's never really faded from public memory, is because Castlevania Symphony of the Night is one of those games that defined the experience of having the original Sony PlayStation. And I'm going to be getting back to playing a lot of PlayStation games. I've been playing a lot of more recent games lately, and I want to get back to those old games, because there are tons of games that I have not covered that people don't remember that they should, and they should enjoy, because they are cheap and easily available and fun. Threads of Fate being a good example. But let's go ahead and jump in And this is going to go by very fast, he says, even though he knows that it won't go down that way. Something will happen. But this is going to go by very fast. I am in fairly good shape for Symphony of the Night. I'm in as good a shape for Symphony of the Night, better even, in fact, than I was for Metroid Fusion. Although I am using the 360 control pad, so expect that to screw me over quite a bit, especially when you try to do the gravity jump. Or at least I call it the gravity jump. So, let's go ahead. Let's jump in. Now, this game picks up off of the ending of another game, Castlevania Rondo of Blood, which was released for the TurboGrafx 16, and is in fact another awesome game. A remake of this was made for the PSP, but if you can, I would get a hold of the TurboGrafx 16 game, because that's the game in its original form, of course, and it's sprite animated and it's aged far better than even the PSP version will. It is hard. It is a very difficult game. Let me just put that out there. This is not an easy game. But Symphony of the Night follows directly off on its heels, and I like that. That bit of continuity at the very beginning of the game. And throughout, in fact. Let's go ahead and start a new game, and I've already beaten the game, so you can see I can input Richter, or Hichter, as Maria will call him, to play as Richter Belmont. I'm not going to be doing that, because Richter Belmont's game is hard as balls, but I will be playing as Alucard. And we are going to call him Adrian, because that is his real name, you know. No, that's not it. There we go. Adrian! I was a terrible Stallone, and I apologize. Kickin' fucking music. That's one of the great things about this game, is the soundtrack. Oh, take a look at that 3D background. 3D background, sprite foreground. If that isn't a page on Giant Bomb, it needs to be. So here we have a bunch of shite. I would not pick it up. I'm not as skilled with controlling Richter as I am Alucard, because I don't tend to control Richter. There's a bunch of shit up here. Don't pick it up if you want to pick it up as Alucard later, because Richter can't fucking use it. Now, what I normally do up there, and I do it because I'm crazy, is because I like to refill on all my hearts up there. And I'll show you why. Does this give me a heart now that I have the weapon? Yes, it does. I like to fill up on all of my hearts, and it's not necessary in the slightest. You can't possibly lose this fight. But I'm kind of obsessive compulsive about gotta get the lamps, gotta get the candles, gotta get them all. They're like Pokemon. I've got to catch them all. I got to catch them all and kill them. I like the little after images when they run, too. Lots of little things in Symphony of the Night. That's enough. 81.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you!
You only get to do this once in the game, and I love doing it. Alright. So, I suppose I should lose to show off the complete ending of this part of the intro. Come on, hit me. Oh, I backflipped. I don't know how I did that.
Grant him your strength.
Let's see. Turtle, dragon, snake, crane. Wherever the hell it was. And now I am invincible. He literally cannot hurt me at all, no matter how hard he tries. It is impossible to lose this fight. I don't know anybody who's managed it. If you've managed to lose this fight, I don't know what to tell you.
No, it cannot be!
It was Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter, who succeeded in finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, who had been brought back from the grave by the Dark Priest, Shaft. However, one night 4 years later, under the glare of a full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. With no idea of where to begin her search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the Castle of Dracula, which is rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from out of the mist as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces were struggling for the soul of a man named Alucard, the very same Alucard who had teamed up with Trevor Belmont to battle his immortal father, Count Vlad Tepes Dracula. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, had submerged his vampiric powers and entered into what was supposed to be an eternal slumber. But now he is awake and aware of the evil once again at work in his homeland. The time has once again come for the forces of good and evil to engage in their ancient battle. Dracula's castle beckons for you, and no man can say who shall emerge victorious. Castlevania, Vania. Very cinematic, this game. Very awesome. Fuck your sparkly vampires. We had Castlevania. Adrian! And the game officially starts. I killed you and took your money. We're not going to be getting much out of these torches yet. Or candles. And the music starts. And the zombies start also. But you can't have everything, I guess. So we're going to get an item called the Cube of Zoe, which will allow us to get items from the candles. It's kind of strange that, but whatever. In here is a pot roast. And I leveled up by killing bats. 2 bats, in fact. I didn't even know where the hell the other one came out of. So we're going to go in here. No, it's not yet. So what I have... Wrong button. What I have is the Alucard armor, as well as the dragon helm, and the Twilight. Fuck! I'll equip that. Twilight.
Alucard, what is your business here?
What is your
I've come
quest?
to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
No.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again.
We will meet again.
What?
Now, it's possible here to meet 2, like, the first real boss fight in the game early, and that is the fight with Gaben and Slogra. And I hope I pronounced those names correctly. I'm not going to be doing that, because I kind of don't feel like getting my ass kicked. Hello, Sagis. Flying unicorn, go! Inside joke. If he ever sees this, he'll get it. Let's see. So I can't get anything from these guys yet, but I can't punch them. Ooh, I did get a short sword, though. Yeah, he took the Twilight Coat, thank God. Let's see. Potion. Pot roast. So now I have a sword. You're going to see me getting shit, like upgrading stuff fairly often in the early game, as you do in games with RPG mechanics. Red Rust, that sucks. That's a piece of shit. Don't use it. You'll get a short sword, sorry, from the first guy, and then just don't use the Red Rust. I'm not sure if you can sell it either. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can't. It's just going to take up room in your fucking inventory. Here are the save points, and they are awesome. Best save points ever. There's another passage down there that you can go, but it won't lead you anywhere, really. Not yet, I believe. But there's tons of hidden stuff in the road ahead. And I believe we're going to be starting in the Alchemist Laboratory. Yep. You could almost say I set it up that way. Well, except I didn't. That's the actual game flow, which makes it twice as awesome. Die! Told you to die. I instructed you to die. Thank you. So here's something you have to be careful of, are these spikes here. Spikes are bad in this game, okay? They're even worse in the inverted castle. So yeah, you get something new, you're going to want to equip it as soon as you can. Red skeletons. Red skeletons never die, for those of you who've never played Castlevania before. Their shield. Now, I have the option of equipping a second short sword or a shield. Short sword. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me with that. No, it's not the caffeine. Oh, yeah. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. Better get used to having your ass handed to you in the early game. Because that's what's going to happen. The game starts kind of, sort of unforgiving, and there's something over here. But it gets better. There's tons of hidden stuff around here. Yes. So, there's all kinds of hidden stuff. And if you want the ending, you're going to have to explore every nook and cranny. So at some point, I'm going to have to knuckle down and explore the rest of the map. And that's our first sub-weapon. Sub-weapons are exactly what they sound like. They're little additional weapons we can use. The daggers suck. I never use the daggers whenever I don't have to. I know there's more false walls around here somewhere that I can break. I just don't know where they are yet. So those guys drip acid, and they will put you in poison status. Poison status is bad. You do not want to be there. Puzzle solving! This will, I believe, take us to another item. Or at least it should. There is an elevator somewhere around here, which we can use to obtain a new item. Yes. And you want to get as much equipped as you can early on, because as you saw, you will get your ass handed to you if you don't. You are naked, essentially. You don't have anything on you. As opposed to what the sprite would tell you. Okay. So, you will get your ass handed to you. You will get your ass kicked if you do not equip something. And I got poisoned. I think what poison does is it doesn't actually harm you as opposed to what it would in other RPGs. It just dramatically lowers your attack. All the status ailments do go away eventually, but they take a while. See, it's no, it's still there. Shit. Well, I don't have to care about it. You can also heal status ailments, like I'm about to do, by walking into a damn save point. Save points will also fully restore your life, so you want to use them fairly often. And there are axes up here, which I want to use. Which I will grab now and not grab later, because axes are kind of shit. But let's go on down this way. And in here we'll be fighting the bosses I mentioned before, Gaben and Slogra. Uh-oh. He's going to go 3 times fast. So this is essentially what you get the shield for, is this fight here. And I'm making a very poor showing for myself. Oh, come on! I hit him! Okay, that's 1 down. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, Alucard, do as I tell you. That was a poor showing. And the bad thing about Symphony of the Night. Every time you die, you have to sit through this. Every single fucking time. And it takes forever to go through, and it's such a pain. Ugh.